What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the next video. This is an XRP update. It's your boy Maverick. Welcome back to Maverick's Point of View. Like I said, this is the XRP update. We're gonna go over XRP just really quickly. As you guys can see, XRP is moving. The downtrend is trending, right? Then this is what I like when the trends start doing what they need to do. And so, what's significant about this right here off the rip? What you guys notice, if you guys been following me for a while, you notice some significant things that continue to happen over and over again. This is a lower low, right? And I'm gonna mark it right now. I might get even lower going into the week because the week's not over. Remember, crypto ends at 8 p.m. on Sunday, so the week's not done yet. However, I want to show you guys what I'm seeing right now, right? And it's subject to change, obviously, depending on what the market does. But anyway, as of right now, we're still at a lower low. We're on a daily time frame. If you guys are looking at this, you're seeing we're making lower lows. And what does that mean? That means we're in a downtrend. I don't care what nobody says. Simple math, right? Lower high, lower high, lower, well, higher low, but going from here, right? So this was the lower low. Then we had lower high, lower high. This was a low, a midpoint low, but then we had another lower high, and then we had a significant lower low. And now we're having another lower low. So that means the market is progressively going downwards, right? And this is what I'm expecting based off of that. It should actually be right here, right? That's where the level was. So this is what I'm expecting based off of this. And I will draw the levels. All right, so the market came down here, it gave it a test, and then the market tried to test it again on this day, on the 6th of June, and kind of try to go back up and pivot and get back to this weekly level from before. And what happened? The market was just like, pow, pow, pow. We're going back down. Sellers took over, right? So sellers took over. Sellers have taken over. They have the territory. Matter of fact, let me see it. Okay, yeah, let me take this box away. We don't need this anymore, just to make it simpler to look at. All right. So sellers have taken over. They have the territory. They've made a lower low already, right? So that means they successfully pierced the previous territory that the buyers were holding. And that means we should continue to see downtrends. That's just what it is. Now, matter of fact, let me make this a little bit neater, right? Let me fix. I still like this right here, because it's a weekly move, right? So I still like this. I still like this move right here. I actually still like my moves. What I am going to do is remove this because obviously we got out of that. So that was for the previous week. And we're done with that. And we're done with that. So just some quick identification here. Obviously, we're in a downtrend. We're going to continue to stay on our downward bias. That the market is going to continue to go down. Will it go up for a little bit to get some fake outs for buyers to exit and make some money or keep some money? Yes, those things do happen. However, we're in a downtrend. We've been in a downtrend, and I have no reason to think that this won't continue with these newer lows being made. Now, on a weekly time frame, which is why I always tell you how to check, this is where we're at. So if you guys see, we passed this previous week. As long as the markets and the charts hold below this level right here, this was a significant point, right? The only significant point after that was this one, this low right here, and I'll mark it too. All right. So this was the low, this was a low, and now we're back to making some lower lows. I feel like we're gonna get a push down there just because that's where else does the market have to go besides this level right here, which is a previous peak from 2023, July 2023. We had a previous peak at 0.92. I feel like we're gonna go back there just because the market likes to go back to levels that it's already been at, or levels that were significant before. The market likes to go back there, right? Why? Because usually there's people sitting there still. So the people that bought here and held this whole time, there are a lot of them here. There's a lot of buyers here. Also, when the market broke, that was a big significant level that the market broke through. You see, this was a crazy month. It broke here and then it took off. So I'm gonna treat this here. Matter of fact, this whole pocket really, this whole territory here is significant, right? Just to identify, right? This whole territory is significant. So I know we have to get here. We have to get here. Whether it starts to play around for a little bit or not, we have to get here. Like, this is like a must in my brain. Now, the market does what it does. So be wary. But I'm planning for this move to happen. So let's go back here. I'm just painting the vision and making it clear for you guys of what I see and why I feel what I feel. So I'm really feeling that we're gonna get back here. I'm trying to make it bigger for y'all to see. There we go. I really feel like we're gonna get back here. We're gonna get up here for we're probably gonna get up here and we're gonna go down, or it could just kind of keep going down from here since it already passed this previous significant point, right? So the market bounced boom, about 20% from there, but then immediately, what is this? So this was the 26th, this was the 7th, and this was okay. So yeah, immediately the next week it went back down 16%. And we're staying down here. And I don't see a lot of big volume trying to push back up, right? So buyers are getting weaker and weaker and weaker on this XRP. Red season, not too many people last during crypto. Um, Honestly, because buying and holding is not the wave, as I keep telling y'all, but that's on y'all. All I'm gonna say for that is right now, if you're just looking at the charts and look at what the charts are doing, the charts are in a downtrend. And until another, as you guys know, until this lower high gets broken, we're going to stay in that downtrend. And so, except in this case, the lower high is there, and then we got another lower low. As you guys know, lower lows and lower highs are downtrends. So, again, reaffirming we're in a downtrend. We're going to keep looking at a downtrend, and we're not going to do anything else. So, I'm staying with this move. This could happen too. Ooh, I hate when I do that. I'm sorry. Fix it real quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right, that could happen. And you know what? What also could happen is just the market goes straight down here. All right, from this point, like right. So we're at this point right here now. That's what this market is. Movement is right here. This is this point. We could keep going straight down from this level, depending on what happens tomorrow. Right when the market closes, if the market stays below this, what is it? 1.5, 1.05, excuse me, level, then we're gonna keep going down, most likely. And if the market gets above by the end of the week, which is tomorrow at 8, then we're gonna push back up. And it's very simple. Remember, take the charts in stages and phases. And right now we're in the phase where we need to wait to see what's gonna happen here. So is the market going to stay below this level for this week, which is already below the weekly level, so we already have a good indication that it's going to go down, but it's going to stay now below this new level that it made, or is it going to go back up above this and then kind of play around for a bit and then go? Who knows? Overall, I'm not drawing the matrix moves here. I'm just giving y'all what I'm really looking for, right? I'm looking for this to continue, and if let me be clear, if the week does not close below this level, we might see this. And if the week does by tomorrow at 8 p.m. close below this level, then we're going to see this. That's just what I'm looking for. And now, if the week doesn't close, we could also see that. So we're just going to wait till 8 and we're going to see if anything besides these moves happen. I will come on here and make another video. I just want to kind of give y'all a clear depiction of what I'm seeing, what I'm looking for. I always draw what I'm looking for. That way I ignore what I'm not, right? That's the easiest way to stay in your trading plan, stay in your game plan by looking at your moves and following your moves and waiting for your moves to paint themselves. If your moves paint themselves or they make themselves clear and known to you, then you execute. And if they don't, you stay out of it. So I draw the matrix so y'all visually could see it, right? The matrix. Y'all know what the matrix is, right? When I do this stuff, whatever. This kind of back and forth nonsense. When I do that for you guys, that's because I'm trying to visually show you. However, that's not what I'm looking at. If it doesn't do this, this, or this, I'm not paying attention to it. It's that simple. And I like to trade crypto on the weekly, like I told y'all. So I'm waiting for this week to do that, to close below here or close above, and then wait for this to happen for it to fail here and then go back down. So it's very, 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 very simple, as you guys see. I don't need to tell y'all. Y'all been watching this for weeks, months, whatever. Or you're newly coming to the page and you're seeing, please go back and watch the other videos and see how we're so accurate in our depictions of the charts, because we're looking at data and we're looking at what we want to see and not being caught up in the middle, caught up in the fluff, caught up in the retail. That's the first thing that people are messing up. They're trading crypto on the 4 hour and lower time frames, and that's insanity, because you're playing with chaos. You know what I mean? If you want to play with chaos, if you want to play on expert level mode, hard mode, and trading, be my guest. But I'm not doing that. I'm not teaching you guys to do that. So, with all that being said, I think I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, Bitcoin is on the same, and we'll continue the next video. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep going over this. Let me see. All right, you know what? Let's take a peek at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin is about the same. So if this week ends here, mind you, this is just for visual, as I keep telling y'all. That's actually too many. 1, 2. There you go. So we could see that. We could see this. And I highly doubt that's going to come. I don't even want to make it that high. I'm going to just go right here to this pocket. I don't think this is going to happen, by the way. This is what I do think is going to happen. All right. I'm looking for downward movement. Why am I looking for downward movement? Because, bro, we've already retraced so much of this up. We've already retraced so much of this upward movement. Like, we're down 51%. You know what I'm saying? That's almost from this point here where the market jumped. We're almost like to the top of this whole, we're almost to the bottom, excuse me. So, with that being said, I don't feel we're in position to go up yet. I feel like maybe when it gets down here, which I've been calling it, to go to 50,000 first before it goes back up. I feel like that'll be a better range, even better here at this level here. Why? Because this was that last lower low push. You know what I'm saying? But as you guys see, again, with just like with XRP, we're making lower lows. Whenever you see lower lows and lower highs, you know what trend it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm repeating the same thing. This was our previous low. This was a previous low. This is now our new low. It's moving steady, and I feel like it's doing that because they're trying to fake people out, right? They're trying to, at the end of the day, it's a money game, right? So they're trying to suppress the value of crypto so that they can get in, get position, and get you guys out of position. If we're explaining it simple enough, right? And so we're not going to talk about who they is. If you know, you know. And this is also a lower high, right? So when you see how the market is moving overall structure, overall how the market is moving, when you look at it properly, you're going to see that we're getting lower highs again and lower lows. And so with that being said, right, there's a lower high, and this is crazy. This was the next lower high. So we're not going to, until we get above this level, there's not even any talk of, let me just make it, right? Until we get above this level, there's not even any talk of like coming. I don't even like this anymore. Like I want to get rid of it already. Until we get above this level right here, there's no talk of any uptrends, any movement back. And I don't care what nobody says on Twitter. All these Twitter gurus be trying to talk about like, oh, Bitcoin's going to the moon. And you guys wait, we're about to exit season. Like no, once the market starts changing its direction, meaning it starts making higher highs and higher lows, then we're in an uptrend. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to predict it and it doesn't work, right? You jump the gun. You want to take the market in stages and phases, like I keep telling y'all, and just go work with what you're given. And you don't want to try to presume or assume on the market. That's when you lose money, right? And we're not in this to lose money. We're in this to make a bag, especially as traders. So, and we don't care which way it goes. I just wanted to make a definitive direction. So, boom, boom, right? There we go. I like that a lot better. Right. Because most of y'all can't hold y'all testosterone on look on the weekly like me. I'm gonna fix this up a bit for y'all. Right. So that's what we should be looking for Bitcoin, right? So I gave y'all XRP and Bitcoin. Y'all see the moves. We got to look and wait until 8 p.m. tomorrow. Like I said, when the market shifts into the completion of the week, then we'll see, right? So if you guys look, I'm on the daily, right? So it says, matter of fact, let's go to the 12 hour. It'll show you better. So 8 p.m., 8 a.m., 8 p.m., 8 a.m. So that's when the market's going to close tomorrow at 8 p.m. And that'll let us know if the week's going to make us go up or we're going to keep going down. All right. So thank you guys again for tuning in. This has been Maverick's Point of View. Another video going over XRP and Bitcoin. A 2-for-1 for y'all. And I'll see y'all next week, either midweek or after. Hopefully we make some big movements and I can come and give y'all an emergency video, but I shouldn't need to, and that's the whole point of doing this. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.